I show something? Because what you said about Biden is spot on. And my wife, who has unbelievable intuition when it comes to everybody except me, because it's too emotional, right? When you're emotionally attached to your husband or your wife. But she says to me yesterday, a couple days ago, she says, "This looks like Biden's working for Trump." She said, "This doesn't make any sense." Well, what do we see from a mutual friend today? Let me pull this up real quick. And I wanted to show you this because this just solidifies what you've been saying. And if this doesn't wake people up, I don't even know what to say at this moment anymore. But this was signed 2 days ago. By Biden. Extending this
executive order.
Why in the world, unless someone is doing exactly what he's being told to do, even though he kind of tried to say there's no foreign interference, which is irrelevant, because he's extending the executive order of Trump on the national emergency with respect to foreign interference in order to undermine public confidence in the United States elections. Now, Dr. Charlie, in my opinion, I mean, there's no way in the world this guy isn't working for the people that are behind the scenes doing all of this. And what you call pantomime, I call like show, like it's a show, right?
It is.
What can you talk about this a little bit? Because I mean, this is really, if someone didn't think before that Biden is on, or whoever this person is, the CGI or actor or whatever, but doesn't this put away all the doubts?
It should do, but it's not. And there was somebody sent me something earlier. Here we go. And I'm going to share it on your screen because I think that this sums it right up, Jimmy. Where are we? Here we go. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So you're not mad at them for lying to us, but you're mad at me for proving that they lied to us.
Yes.
And that's the same thing. We're putting out there the evidence that they've lied to us. And they're mad at us for doing it. They're not mad at them for lying. They're not mad at, I've put this information out there, been called all kinds of things on this journey. And apparently, according to the chat we've had, I've taken a lot of abuse this week, apparently.
They're attacking. Jack said yesterday that somebody's in our insider club. We got the trolls in there.
Yeah.
So we're going for a better way to register for the webinar. Almost 70,000 people trying to register for that webinar simultaneously. Jack said we're under heavy attack. So why are they attacking? I would ask everybody who's watching this webinar or this video with me and Charlie, our update, why are they attacking? Think about that. Why are they going so hard to try to take drcharlieward.com down? Why? Why? And then you see this executive order. You know why? Because he's telling you what's up. And, they don't want the reach. People don't. Somebody said, oh, well, why aren't they talking about the document? I don't think they understand that document went like blown up. When you put that out, and then Simon and Laura and Liz and all the other people that caught a hold of it, that thing went all over the place. Millions and millions and millions of people got that document. And, people that aren't behind the scenes seeing this stuff, they just make, a comment, but yet with no documentation, no factual information of what's really, truly going on. So I'm really excited about these other documents that you're talking about, whenever they come out, if they're a day late or whatever, who cares? I mean,
they're coming.
Right.
I got a bit of a telling off by the quantum team this early hours of this morning for letting too much information out on the Insider Club, because we've got 2 or 3 people from the quantum team that are on the Insiders Club.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, so they can keep an eye on what I'm saying, because I am their communication director, and they tell me stuff, and they said, well, I told you that, but you're not allowed to tell anybody. I said, well, if you're telling me, I'm going to tell them. It's simple. If you don't want me to tell them, don't tell me.
It's really exciting because I know you that have one of the, well, you and Simon have your little groups, right? So when the trigger is pulled, we're managing that group. Like what we got almost 7,000 people. Even with the people that asked to be removed, we still almost have 7,000 people.
Yeah.
And then with a friend of mine who is in the same situation you are, but he's not the, what do you call it? The overseer of the group like you are. Yeah. He's in the group.
Okay.
But his person's been involved in this for like a decade or something. I don't know. I guess this has been going on for quite a long time, Dr. Charlie. They've been planning all this stuff out. And he's confirmed exactly what you said. Even when -48 said about, Trump and getting the legitimate government and then doing the RV and doing all these things, he said he couldn't say anything. Mm-hmm. And I said to him, if I say this to you, just go, like this, if it is accurate, and he did go like this. Mm-hmm. No, Charlie couldn't say anything. And by the way, that group follows you like left and right, up and down, you and Simon, about what you guys are saying and what's going on. So there's so much confirmation. You know what I mean? It's like when you get this kind of confirmation going on, we might not know the exact time, but it's coming. And I love the declaration that you put out from the folks, because I believe that everybody needs to be focusing on that, and we need to help implement that like now.
Sure. There's one other point that some criticism came my way this week that I want to address, and that's to do with the number of people on the Insiders Club who've registered their notes. And Jimmy will back this up. I've never ever seen any of the notes. I've never seen any of the serial numbers. I wouldn't mind betting that Jimmy hasn't either.
I haven't went through any of them. You haven't seen nothing, not one thing. You don't even have access to them.
I don't.
A guy that doesn't even really believe in it is the one that got it encrypted, and he's the one deleting the people. So nobody's information is going to go anywhere. And Dr. Charlie's never had any access to it. So these people,
nor is Jimmy's. So there's a man behind the scenes who's had it cataloged so that when it's ready to go, if every single insider wants us to represent them to get the best deal for them, we'll do that. If they don't at any stage, they can take them out. There's no issue with that. But I don't know any of the details of what they are. All the serial numbers. Somebody said, oh, he's got the serial numbers and he can take possession. That's not who I am. It's not what I'm about. It's not what I would even consider doing. And no, I don't have access to. Jimmy probably could get access, but he doesn't want to. He leaves it to his technical people to keep them and make sure they're safe. That's it.
Yeah, and just so they understand something, my folks have worked for one of them for the military. The other one's got 4 different degrees, an MBA and an engineering degree and a computer science degree. Their reputation is so critical. Their reputation, they've been in IT for decades. They don't go around stealing people's information. They actually secure people's information. Mm-hmm. And again, neither one of us have seen these things. And when somebody requests to get it deleted, it gets deleted. And that's the end of it. And when the time comes, hopefully you're still an active member in the Insider Club. And then if you are, you'll get emailed. And then Dr. Charlie will give you, what you need to do. But it's pretty exciting because, when I talk to this other guy that's been involved in this whole, he's saying the same thing that you are with the QFS, been running since August. There's actually countries right now, testing it within the government of the countries, not the civilians, but I guess that's what he's saying. Mm-hmm. And he said this RV is real and that, he doesn't know the exact numbers, how it's going to reevaluate, but it will reevaluate as the gold goes behind this money and we change this whole financial system. So I got to tell you, I'm real excited that, I got you. And I got you who's in charge of one of these groups. Sure. Simon's in charge of one of these groups, and then he's friends with a guy in charge of one of these groups. So it's really exciting that this, is on the horizon in the future, and we don't know the exact date or time, but it has to happen. What people don't understand is in order for us to move out of this cabal-controlled mechanism, we're going to have to change the financial system. We have to change from the SWIFT. We have to change to a fair financial system in this world. You have to.
This has been planned for a very long time. It's not something that's just happened overnight. I just got lucky with the fact that I happened to be working on the good reset rather than the bad one. That wasn't my judgment. It was down